Hello everybody, my name is Halo the Fra, and this isn't a special video or anything, it's just I want to point out something that explains our current crisis here in Australia and beyond the corners of the globe and all around it. Pretty much an airliner got shot down, killing over 290 passengers, and people believe it's pro-Russian rebels, or the Russians, or any other foreign country outside of America, Australia, Britain, UK, and all that. And this video is to explain how to make up for it and not to make the next generation, the generation that we're living in right now, a war zone. Because people, the children of this generation, have never seen a single glimmer of war because they already been won and they already been fought. So this video is, I want you to expand this video to everywhere, to Russia, to Japan, to China, to every single country you can think of. Even Antarctica or Atlanta, even Sweden, even though they're not going to even be a part of a war. But if World War III were to happen, just don't. Just don't do it. It's pointless and it's unnecessary. Just walk up to the people that you're accused of, abused because of this, and just give them a hug, whatever. Let's say, sorry that we misjudged you, and we do apologize about all the things we have done for you in the past. I want them to say that. I want the president, I want every single president, prime minister, emperor to say that to the people they accused. All over the globe. Everyone that the prime minister, the president, and the emperor accused of in the past, or in the present right now, I want them to walk up to me in one massive meeting and apologize to every single one of those countries. And on my behalf of Australia, I apologize to every single country that we threatened, accused, or abused. I am sorry, and Australia is sorry, but Tony Abbott is a cunt. No offense, Tony Abbott. But I just want every single country to say sorry to every other country for what they've done in the past. So, there's currently gunfire starting up somewhere in Afghanistan. I'm not sure. I want that to stop too. And you want that to stop too. You don't know what a war to break out over some stupid need. And I understand to families, if you're watching this, I understand to you guys that your family was killed on that plane and there's nothing you can do to bring them back. And I do sympathize for you. I apologize sincerely from the bottom of my heart. But you have to understand sometimes accidents do happen and we don't have an answer. For all we know, it could have just been a missile misplacement, an accidental misfire, and that accidental misfire must have been caused by a new recruit or something. We don't know. But please do not start a World War III. Start a generation of peace. 100 years. That's our goal. That's our goal for the next generation and beyond. No war for as long as you could possibly manage. Until war is forgotten, war will not be remembered, and war will no longer be a word. It will just be an old word people will never use, except in video games or as a catchphrase. Say sorry to everyone, please. I do not want a World War III to start. I don't want my family to be stressed out over Russians or whoever storming our apartment and we have to fly out to another country where my brother will be uncomfortable, my mother will be uncomfortable, my uncle, my grandmother, my auntie, every single one of us will be uncomfortable. Every single Australian might have to move or they might have to fight, and we don't want to fight. We want to have peace. Even though peace isn't really looking really narrow right now, I want everyone to focus on that. And remember this, we can change the future and we can change the present. And our present right now is World War III post. We must stop this from a gunfire to a ceasefire. President Barack Obama, please just walk up to whoever you thought attacked that M17 airliner or whatever it's called, I'm not sure. and just say, I'm sorry we accused you, we will mourn the dead, and then we mourn the dead, we'll mourn the dead, we'll give you a sincere apology, and we'll give you one thing, one wish in return. One wish. It doesn't even have to be a big wish. Just like, give them more food. More food. Give them a cure. Give them something. Give them more medicine. Anything. Anything that they can think of. We will pitch in. All the damage and destructive that we have done in the past to Afghanistan, to all over the globe, we will fix it. The army will fix it. The civilians will fix it. Social workers, everything. We will try to fix it. I do not want a war to start at this generation, especially now, seeing the fact that that mainly people think restriction is going to come back, and we don't want that either. But if that's a false rumor, then I do apologize for bringing it up. So pretty much, this is what I'm trying to say. The price of war is death, but the price of death is salvation. But your salvation is not purified. It's not a good salvation. It's a bad salvation. You're like, oh no, what have I done? That's what you will think. Either you're in heaven or hell, purgatory, whatever the hell you are. If you die in a war, you will think, why did this happen? And one man will provide an answer. And I'm not religious or anything, but one man will provide an answer. It can be God, it can be Satan, it can be the Grim Reaper in purgatory. Hell, it can just be your imagination, or you can just be your eyes closed and it'd be nothing. It'd be black light, and all you have is your time to yourself, sitting there thinking, why did this happen? Just tell everyone, please, just tell the president, the prime ministers, every single one. Tell them to say sorry to the people they offended. So we don't have a war, and we don't have a massive bluff over anything. If 300 people die, investigate it, but don't accuse them. Don't immediately walk up and say, like, 5 passengers died and all of them were American, and the pilot was Arab. We're gonna blame you. Don't do that. Just say, okay, there were all 5 Americans and there was an Arab. Let's scour the records and see what we can find. Explosives, anything that could possibly trip. Get the bodies, examine them. Just do that. Don't just immediately accuse, like, those motherfuckers did it and we're gonna declare war. Because the war is the bad thing. War is bad. No one wants to see blood on their hands. No one wants to go to a memorial at the end if World War III would have happened, if it is going to be the World War III, if it wasn't happen, people don't want to walk up to a memorial over probably like thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of soldiers have died, with their heads down, crying. The wives, the children, the husbands, all of them, they're all going to be sad. Just don't do that. Just have a peace. We need a long generation of peace. Until war is nothing to us. War is just a word and nothing else. Not a meaning. Not a meaning saying war is a battle to the death for 2 people or 3, maybe even 5. War is, when our children ask what is war, we're just going to say it's just a word that means nothing. That's all we have to say to our children if this doesn't happen. We need peace, not war. So please share this video to anyone you can possibly get on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything, any social network possible that you can think of that can stop us from having World War III. I will be grateful, and every single one of your countries will be grateful that we have stopped a disaster, prevented it. I can't tell time. No one can tell time, and don't recognize the dots. No one can tell time, and no one can predict anything. The only thing we can stop in its tracks is war. And one way we can stop war is by giving a thorough exam, not just accusing the person that's onto your right or to your left, whether they're black or white or brown or hell, even if they're a fucking robot. And I understand everything that's understandable, wanting to avenge your loved one's death, but you really want to avenge your loved one's death over the deaths of millions of others. And if that were to happen, people will walk up to you, they'll see you on the news, they will find you, and you're like, hey, you're the guy who declared World War III because your family got killed. And you're going to be like, yes, I am. And they're either going to punch you in the face, or they're going to abuse the living shit out of you. They're going to hack everything you have, steal all your money. I'm not sure what they're going to do to you, but just please, just say you're sorry for accusing whoever you accused or blamed, whatever. The threats mean nothing. Threats are pointless, and threats should not be trifled with. Threats should just be a word. Just a word. Like war. War, it should just be a word. Threats, war, out the window. That's all they should be. And if America, Australia can't see this, then what's the point of being in this generation? Tell me, what's the point? We're just a generation. A few generations ago, we had World War One, and that was a bigger mistake. Then we had World War Two, and then it was the biggest mistake of our entire lives. Australia went into the Vietnam War. We had many civil wars over the past. The Afghanistan's, Cold Wars, and we all made mistakes. But we can fix those mistakes by saying sorry, or saying that we made a mistake. We don't know for sure. Let's keep investigating. Let the Russians or whoever say, you know what? Yeah, come in. We'll let you help with the investigations. We'll have this half, you have the other half, and once we have like a week of research, we can switch sides, and then we can give our own examples and see where the shrapnel comes from, anything, the bodies, the materials, anything. Then we can actually solve this mystery of the M17 airline. We can stop the ceasefire. We can stop everything. It started off with an airline. Then it went to a civil gunfight. Then that gunfight went to a Barack Obama plea for a ceasefire. But that ceasefire failed. And then we all know what's going to happen in a few years. It took 4 years for World War II to end. How many years do you think this is going to take? 5, 6, 7? It's unknown. No, with the technology we have built today, we can probably destroy the entire planet. Hell, the moon, even the sun if we wanted to. We can probably destroy a sun. Okay, I'm going to end it here. This is taking too long, but all I'm trying to say is, don't start a war that you have accused someone else with. The price of war is death. And no one wants to have the price of war in their hands. For this generation, for the next generation, and beyond, we want peace in every single generation that we live on until the sun explodes, the earth corrupts. Thank you for watching. Please share this to everyone you can possibly can. Have a nice day. And I pray to God that World War III doesn't happen or any other war itself. Goodbye.